YouTube, Triumph Guy here today, and I'm going to be reviewing this Audi A6 C5 at 1.9 TDI. So this particular one is from the year 2004. They did get then, you got the C6, which is a bit later on, I think 2005, tail end 2005, 2006, when it actually came out. Excuse the sweat. I've just spent a couple of hours cleaning it, believe it or not. When you have a look around the interior, you might disagree that it took that long, but trust me, it did. So if you already own one of these cars, can you please put in the comments any sort of tips for buying them? I will be doing a video, I just want to collate all the tips first. First of all, let's talk about the body styling. I'm a fan of boxy estates, so I'm obviously a little bit biased. I quite like these simple but effective alloy wheels as well. I really like the split front grille on these as well. Love the interior in this thing. Mine's blue leather with everything else matching blue, including the seat belts and the steering wheel. Plenty of room in the back and really comfortable thick leather. It's a bit clustered here, but it's not terrible. Bonnet is really easy to open, and it's got a gas strut to assist the opening as well. It's given the 1.9 TDI, which has got sufficient power, good fuel economy, and fairly reliable. Engines easily go up to 300,000 if well maintained, and they don't have a DPF. We're now in the interior of the car, and I absolutely love it in here. It's got that sort of retro feel and really high quality materials. And I'll just cover some of the key features. So firstly, the controls. It is a bit clustered, if I'm honest. Like, you don't really get that in modern cars anymore, where they've sort of simplified it. But this era, you know, that was quite a cool thing. You can press this button here, which is quite James Bondy, and you can put SD cards and a DVD in there, and that's for the navigation system. Now, you've got heated seats, which I actually quite like. They're sort of quite mechanical, the way they work, and they go all the way up to 6. This, you've got dual climate control, and I'll just show a quick issue with that now. Now, I'll show you quickly what's wrong with the climate control on this, is there's no way to turn off the dual. So it's good that it's got dual climate control, but then if you are just like me, where you drive on your own, you've got to turn that side up and then that side up, and it's quite annoying. Also, these, they do take a bit of getting used to. Obviously, that's normal air vents. You've got the rear heaters there and your windscreen heater there. Would it be a VAG car from the early 2000s if it didn't do that? 6-speed gearbox, which is really nice and comfortable. I find it really nice and easy to shift in this car. If you're lucky enough, you'll have a sunroof which works. You've got this ashtray here, which is removable, and you've got a cigarette lighter in there. Now, I actually don't like using this one because when you've got a big cable coming out there and you're in 5th, it's a bit annoying. So I actually use the back one and then thread it over to the front. So what I like about all this is all the leather feels really good quality. You've even got leather bits there, and the plastic, which is sort of quite easy to touch, and the sort of touching realm is quite high sort of quality. It's like really solid, and it is solid absolutely everywhere. Obviously, they have cheaped out on your pillars here, but realistically, are you going to touch them? Probably not. The other thing I like is these. You sort of open them, and they've got them on every single door. So we're now in the back seats, and it's so spacious in here, okay? That I'd always say, if you've got a family, or you're going to have people in the back every now and again, get the A6, okay? Because they're actually, difference in price isn't too much. So I am 6 foot, and look, I can put my feet all the way there. This seat is like fairly far back, because obviously, like I said, I'm 6 foot, loads of room, and loads of headroom as well. You've also got your reading lights in the back. Well, that one doesn't even work. You've got heating in the back, which is obviously just run off the front there, and charging port, which is really good. You've got some James Bond cup holders. That one's obviously quite aggressive. And it's just started breaking itself. You can tell I don't use the back ones that very often. I love the way these seats are like moulded in here. The sort of interior and the sort of the style reminds me very much of Grand Theft Auto Vice City, of how the leather seats looked in that. We have actually had 3 kids along the back, mainly because these seats are so big, so you can put the large car seats on the outside and then the smaller booster seat in the middle. This armrest folds down, and then you've actually got a little secret compartment in there, which I think is the original first aid kit. Rear ashtrays. Look at that nice soft open as well, which is nice. And like I said before, these pull out. Netting here. You've also got coat hanger bits, We can put a coat hanger in, and these such a nice little touch. These little hangers as well. The other thing which is quite good is the child lock works. As you can see, I've actually locked myself in the back for recording, so I'm now gonna have to climb over to the front to do the rest of the video. The boot in this car is absolutely massive. And the other good thing about it is you can buy these. These were an optional upgrade back in the day. They're about £200 on eBay for one which works. I actually spent £60 on this and just put a bar of metal through to bodge it. I've also got a dog screen as well, as you can see. 12 volt, very James Bondy. Right, let's now go for a drive. So this car is actually really smooth. I've got it in the 6-speed manual and it's really nice to drive. I have owned these cars a few times. I've had the Audi A4 version, I've had the slightly newer A6 version of this, and I've got to admit the manual gearbox is actually really nice. They feel like they engage quite nicely. They don't feel like they're just really nice cars to drive. Now excuse the camera quality currently, but I'm just going to show you if I go to second gear from 20 and I'm just going to accelerate up to 60 just so you can see. So I'm going 15 now. And 60. So it does have pull. The good thing I like about it is it's not ridiculous. Like it is like enough to accelerate out of danger unlike a lot of other cars. But you get the economics with it as well. So you literally get the best of both worlds. I think personally what I like about this car is you feel like someone who's done well in the early 2000s, and they would have spent probably quite a lot of money on this, especially it's all blue matching leather, which I absolutely love, like even though the door cards are blue, and the seat belts, it's just cool. So you feel like fairly important behind the wheel of this thing, even though I only spent £1,000 on it. I look at it, I do think it's a fairly good looking car as well, but you don't feel out of place in the tip. And because it's only £1,000, it doesn't feel, you don't feel bad about like throwing loads of stuff in the boot, out a dog in the boot or anything. Like it's just a really good versatile car. You've got the space, you've got the economics, you've got the reliability, and they just simply don't build them sort of cars anymore. You know, you get something which is economical, but then you get electrical faults or wet belt faults, or you get something which is spacious but it drinks fuel, or you get it all and you get something electric, and you know that's great, but then is the infrastructure really in place at the moment? I'd probably argue no, not currently. The other thing is, you know, we don't really know how reliable these batteries are. You know, we hear all the horror stories, so you sort of do get a lot of things with this car. Like it seems to be able to tick a lot of boxes, and like I said, the urban driving as well is pretty economical around town, which you don't normally get with diesels. So if you're pretty handy, then please check the comments for the maintenance videos. If you are going to attempt to do work on this, I'd recommend getting Torx bits. Everything on this is like Torx bits, triple squares, etc. So I'll put an affiliate link, which I do earn a bit of commission off, but it won't cost you any extra, of a set I would personally use, unless you want to go pretty crazy and just get a full Halfords Advanced kit. That's personally what I use, and you get lifetime warranty. It's 300 quid. And it is a good kit. You get literally everything with it. I mean, I'm not associated with them at all, so I don't get any money from that, but that's what I'd recommend if you're going to take it quite seriously. So thanks very much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you on the next video.